Hello everyone, this is Shantros, namely me. Um, excuse me, I wasn't expecting to start off that way. Anyway, this is an introductory video, for my channel. Give you an idea as to what kind of content to expect. And I don't need that. Alright, there we go. Have a sign for later. Anyway, and in short, as boring as this is going to be, I am not leaving my little happy home at the moment simply because last time I did that, it resulted in complete, utter disaster. Which, incidentally, is actually my true first upload video, which is currently on my channel. At least as of, when I made this particular video. Incidentally, and there's a zombie outside my door. Yeah, and, that's definitely worth watching, especially if you're watching this, because that'll be by far more entertaining than this. And, certainly you'll enjoy, and he fell in a creeper crater. Hee hee. Yeah. But, what you can expect, in this particular channel, is, myself and my friend, Jacko Sender. He pronounces it Cinder, he spells it Senders. Don't ask me why. But at any rate, so we're going to be, ultimately doing some, Minecraftian things. I really haven't, ventured out from here. Not too much anyway. And I think he's starting to burn. Anyway. Kind of. But, yeah. So, there he goes. Now I'm happy. But, yeah, so I don't really have too much of interest currently. But what we're going to do is, once we really get together and get things going, we're going to decide, whether to actually, go out and explore, or if, we're going to dive into our lovely basement possible mine. It's currently just a basement, but, it'd be easy enough to, just start digging in some direction. Except as far as I'm concerned, that way, because there's water that way. But that's just my opinion. And, but ultimately I do want to do different type, content from different games. Over the course of time, but, certainly to start off, I figured, Minecraft is going to be easy enough to handle and tackle, and, it's not too demanding on, my system. I'm gonna love the music, though. But, at any rate, where was I going? Yeah, so, we're going to get around to doing that. Now, you may or may not be wondering why I have windows going completely around my little base camp here. Now, the reason for that is actually very simple, and, if you happen to have seen or see my other video, it'll make much more sense. But this is all set up due to primarily creepers. Because I heard somebody falling. It's probably that sheep up on the hill. But it's primarily due to creepers. Because with this particular setup, it doesn't matter where, the creeper is or anything else for that matter, I can see them around my house. And, personally, I like that. Because what happened is, initially, I wasn't quite so paranoid about creepers, because I didn't exactly realize how devastating they could be, at the time. And, suffice to say, they're a bit more devastating than I originally anticipated. Now, this is just from one creeper. Well, what happened is, I only had, a window about, right about here, compared to my door, like there, and then I had another one, right here where I'm standing. or jumping, whatever. And, so, I camped out the night, and I thought, okay, I'm good and safe. Shouldn't be a problem. So, I go out my door, ready to go. I turn around, close the door, and I hear the infamous hiss. And not just one, well, it sounded like one, but, as soon as I turn, I had, like, a good 6 or so creepers right there in my face, getting ready to explode. Now, and because of the angle that I was looking at them, which was probably kind of right about there in comparison to my current home, I got the wonderful red screen of you've been blown to little tiny itty-bitty pieces, and I'm seeing creepers flying everywhere, namely into my house, because the first initial creeper... No creepers? Better not be creepers. Okay, it's just that sheep being bizarre. Anyway. And they, effectively carpet bombed my house. Because, like, one after another detonated, and they just, tore through everything. And, my entire home was a smoldering crater. Except I think the far wall actually survived. That was pretty much it. So, yeah, I'm not too fond of creepers. And, hence my current setup. Excuse me. But like I said, as far as I'm concerned, this is really my true first video upload. I'm new to setting up content and everything, so I'm still kind of nervous, so do bear with me while I get used to things. And what would help me out a lot is if you guys, could just, like, leave some comments and, just kind of give me some feedback, some tips or whatnot that will, along the lines of helping me improve. Because, I do want to provide content that, everyone in general, can enjoy. Even, people who aren't necessarily, fans of Minecraft, can get a laugh out of it. Or, something like that. I have no problems with being laughed at. I'm kind of used to it. I'm a gamer. What do you expect? At any rate. So that's kind of the thing. Now, to give you a little bit of, I suppose, background on this particular setup, incidentally, I am, in fact, there we go, playing on hard, which has proven to be more of a challenge than I necessarily thought, but I figured that was really only fair considering that it's going to ultimately be myself and my friend Jack O'Sender. So with the two of us, we should be able to handle hard reasonably well. Also, incidentally, this lovely little encampment, which eventually I probably will convert into cobblestone, just to avoid the possibilities of fire, because I tend to like my flint and tinder, and that's, I kind of don't necessarily want to burn my house down. But just to avoid that possibility, I'll eventually either convert this to cobblestone or potentially, we'll end up moving. I'm pretty much waiting to get together with Jack before we actually, kind of move on from this spot. But this house is, actually located, right next to the spawn location, which is roughly right around here-ish. So pretty much, if we die, we have somewhere to run. And considering we're on hard, the likelihood of that happening, as I see it, is very high. But I was nice enough to, get stuff. I was nice to Jack. He has tools and torches. I'm not totally mean and cruel and unreasonable. Although he might say otherwise, but I don't care. Of course, I get the good stuff. Like pumpkins. I also took a good deal of time and hunted me a lot of piggies. Because as much as things hurt, food is good. Which reminds me, I need to restock my personal food supply. And, this is why I have all this food. And then, I have the little supply crate where you keep various things, arrows, unprocessed, like, meat, and, iron to smelt later, stuff like that. Mostly because I'm just a little lazy and don't necessarily want to dive into the iron too much just yet. And that's mostly because, I don't want to really, venture out and do any deep mining without Jack over here. But that's not what I wanted to do. Give me. Anyway, so that's pretty much what I'm planning on doing in a nutshell. Just to let you guys know, I am using a Painterly texture pack. Which is why the chests are kind of pretty, and you can read the signs. Well, beds are blue instead of red. But the most important thing to me is I can clearly, frame rate dropped, I can clearly see through my windows. Which, as I stated, considering the previous creeper problem, is a huge plus for me. Well, anyway, like I said, please, leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think. Either, some feedback or, tips. I think mostly at this point, like tips and, suggestions would be, the biggest source of help that you guys could give me right now. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time, and until next time, take it easy.